Kirby, what up, though? I'm breaking it down, ground. I'm working my way up. You a way stuck, get your weight up. You're looking for pay, cuz I want all of my people to wake up. Sleep, Frank Ocean, deep, peak. There's not a method the week. Fools, choose. I'm making a break of the rules. Fools, choose. It's the I'm busting the moves. I woke up like this, blessed. Everything else just a test. Stress was created for thinking the less. I'm with the gods, yes. Fact, me and Kirby finessing the beat. 10 toes, M.I.M. we reppin' the street. I am the chief, this is the tribe. I ended the different electrical side. Come get you a vibe. This is my land, is my only reply. Yeah. 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 Bag in my bag. No book for the papers. Ain't got time for my bitch. Cause I'm running up papers. Just like that I keep the flavors. From the lows to the highs. Make my niggas elevating. Say you got motion, but you niggas just talk. Big dog in the yard, and you bitches just balk. Look me in my eyes, say it with your chest when you talk. Boys do what they can, and men do what they want. Break that shit down, half O's to the pounds. Put my thoughts to action, Jackson's niggas like the stunt, a different fabric. Magic happen, pulling rabbits out of hat. Tricky lost her life, who gaining Lord Janie couldn't bring it back. Niggas be capping, say whatever when they rapping. Tell your life story, and what really fucking happened. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Actions to my words, you can see me here when they play my song. Forever do the man. And Ladybug, yeah, love is love. Loyal to my children, family first, and putting my heart in every verse.
Yo, Facebook fans, Twitter fans, IG fans, battle rap culture. This is I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast with myself, Big Chief, not the little one, GeeDaStarFlower, melanated god of love, and my goddess Aquarius goddess. Y'all know the vibes, man. And tonight on I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast, my topic is heal before you build. Huh? Get you some bricks first. Make it make sense. You coming in the building without a tool bag, but you talking about you trying to build. Make that make sense. But yeah, we rocking out tonight, y'all. You know, I'm gonna wait for my goddess to pull up, but I think I got one of my brothers already in the building ready to lock in with me. I'm gonna just say Loco. I'm gonna have him announce his name or how he choose to present his name when he come up, man. But this is the brother that I done locked in with, and it only been a day that we've been locked in, and the energy was definitely felt. You hear me? So I'm gonna bring my brother up. We're gonna chop it up and see where the energy goes. Love is love. I appreciate everybody who's looking, pulling up. Share the live if y'all can, please. You know, share the live if y'all can, man, because you know, there's some things that need to be spoken about within our community, okay? You know, everything starts with us. You know, everything starts within the home. Let me just rephrase that. Everything starts within the home when it comes to building, right? So it's like it's brothers and sisters out here who's trying to build with the like-minded, should I say, the like-minded individuals and the collective or their communities, right? But they haven't done no building within their own homes. So if your home fucked up, how you gonna build outside of that? And you ain't even fix that first. Let's make it make sense, you know? Heal before you build. That's where we at with it. Peace and love, my brother. Welcome to I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. You know, myself and my goddess should be pulling up in a sec, bro. But I appreciate you, my brother. You can go ahead and introduce your name and all that, bro.
Thank you. First and foremost, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me, bro. Like you said, we chopped it up over a live stream on IG and then the back chat talking and these things. And it has been a great talking discussion, talking to you personally and other people that I've come across since the years I've been doing live streaming, putting out information about being Indigenous, about 6 years. If you're talking about mainstream or social media, 6 years, me doing this. I took a break for like, say 2 years, because, I was tired of repeating myself to other people again about what they should and shouldn't do, and who they should align themselves with and who they shouldn't align themselves with. So I was like, you know what? I've done that, took a break, put out books and reached a different demographic, which my target audience was just children with the live streaming with the adults. You understand? So I mean, so about myself, I'm Lacona Empire. I got my own platform, Lacona Empire, with my own team, ICCC, from England. The Caribbean, West Indians. We've got some people in the States. I've got some people all over America as a part of my team. So we work together. And this is why I tell brothers and sisters from the continent of the Americas, it's very important for us to talk to each other. Because, you're in the States, and you may not have information that I have, and vice versa. Wherever you are in the American continent, even outside of the Americas. You're talking to me right now, I'm not in the continent of the Americas, I'm in Europe, I'm in England. So, I mean, even I've got something valid to add to the conversation from outside looking in, from,
Big
from
fact.
looking out. You know what I mean? So sometimes we need people to look out from outside looking in.
Hey, brother, not to cut you off, but from the looks of it, it's saying like you be knowing more about what's going on over here than the motherfuckers from over here.
Well,
let's make that make sense.
Well, that's where it is, bro. I mean, I'm well researched and well studied. Like I said, this is not something I've done. I've been doing this for years, and I've been talking to many people, Indigenous people, with the Cherokees, Cheyennes, Shinnecox, Blackfoot, Wampanoag, all different tribes from the Americas that come and speak to me, whether it's privately or in a settings where it's a group of us. Like we did in the chat, it was like us 4 people, but it could be like 10 or 20 people talking about, the heritage and history and historical events that is not accurate. So, healing before you, what was the question? Healing before you build. And this is one that we need to do. There's a lot of confusion out there, and we're trying to swivel that out and just go eat the meat and bones, just the protein and these things. So healing before you build, it's very important that people must heal, and one of the reasons what I was saying earlier, what we were having a discussion, is a lot of people with Americans and the things that they have seen in the States where you are, you can verify that, and people can verify that in the comments, that there's a distrust with the Indigenous people regarding organizations, because they have seen and witnessed that people or so-called black leaders have stepped forward to say they represent them, and they haven't represented them. We're still going for the same issues for the last, 1960s, where Malcolm X and Martin Luther King died. We're still going the same similar situations from them to now, right? Still talk about the same talking points, police brutality, injustice, XYZ, and we need to do healing. And first and foremost, it starts with at home. And this is one of the things, how I got myself to heal, from the trauma, not trauma, but just the BS out there, to put it like that, for lack of better words. I had to find myself. And, how did I find myself? I had to go back to my roots. Look about my origins, my family heritage, and what was communicated with me when I asked them certain things regarding my personal family. Now, I don't use we like I speak French. I don't speak French, so I don't say we are all the same. I cannot say that by looking at you, say we're all the same because you got dark skin like me automatically means that you're the same as me. That is incorrect. And the fact is, a lot of people from the Americas who have no knowledge of self, are not privy to certain things, try to stick blanket statements on all Indigenous people that we're all the same, all come from the same continent, and there's no proof that actually says that. Even the artifacts don't say that. None of the artifacts, whatever continent where people come from, there's nothing that said that we're all the same. Because if it was, rule number one, our culture would be the same, our dialects would be the same, and these things, and how indigenous people distinguish themselves from other indigenous people. Rule number one would be culture, artifacts, heritage, paintings, folk stories, folklores, oral stories and these things to, bring about validation of what they're talking about and these points. So as I was saying, I had to do a lot of healing. I went to school over here. I didn't go to school in the islands, to learn certain things and certain teaching. So everything I had to learn on my own, and obviously gain 1-2 things are perspectives from my family regarding who I am as a person, which I've done that. So, that's why I'm able to communicate with you on certain things that maybe some West Indians don't know, or maybe some Americans where you are may not know certain things because they haven't looked outside or looked inside themselves. Because everyone's looking outside of themselves. They're going with outside, exterior stuff, not the interior stuff. And think we need to work on interior, not exterior, interior. So, I had to do my genealogy. I had to speak to my relatives. That would be my grand aunts. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, your grand aunts, your grand uncles, your great grandparents, your grandparents. Somebody who's an elder in your family, who can tell you more stuff about your family. Like, for example, my family left the islands in 1940s. Yeah, in World War I and World War II. And there's other stuff as well. I can tell you, like, some West Indians came over here in the 1800s, right? And what I can tell you about that is what they don't tell people of Caribbean or American heritage, that a lot of people from the West came to the Eastern Hemisphere where I am right now. And for example, in the 1800s, put it like this: there's a woman called Mary C. Cole, right? She's Jamaican, right? She's a Jamaican, and she brought basically the health and the remedies, like indigenous remedies, to Europe, to England. And that's how they was able to use our science, herbals and healing and these things to build up their industry, such as the medical health industry. Before that, they never had medical health industry. So we wasn't able to cure fevers and these type of things. It wasn't for the indigenous people leaving their habitat and coming over here and insisting with them and these people, giving them remedies to their sickness and illnesses and these things. But a lot of people don't know these things, that we had a whole heap of stuff to offer people. So, we have to go back to healing. I'm going back to foundation. What is this foundation? Who's your grandparents, your great grandparents, your forefathers and foremothers. But once we acquire that knowledge and do that, then we'd be in a better position than we are now currently. Yes, there's information out there that people are waking up to, which is a great thing, about being indigenous and learning about indigenous cultures from the Western Hemisphere, different tribes and, nation of American Indians who look like themselves. And, once we get back to these things, everything will be cush and calm. Go ahead, bro.
And the crazy thing is, bro, it's like, first off, shout out to my goddess in the building, Aquarius goddess. How are you doing, my love? It's like, it's brothers and sisters over here, right, that will try to tap in and learn more about your culture or your people on your end before they do with self, before they try to tap in and learn about themselves and their own peoples and their own culture, their own bloodlines. They're just going off of what hearsay. If they hear other gods and goddesses saying, "Oh, we're all Moors," blah, 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 they're just going to run with that. Okay, we're Moors, let's rock out. They're not doing the homework. They're not doing the research on themselves and trying to figure it out. They're just running off of what they hear others say, and that's weird to me. So it's like, I question a lot of these brothers and sisters within the spiritual world who claiming to be spiritually woke, but yet you don't understand who you are. So how is that possible? How is that possible? How are you spiritually woke, but you don't even understand who the fuck you are? You out here pushing what you see other people pushing. You speaking information that you hear other people speaking. It's called information. It's within. What's for you, it's for you. It's what's not is not. Like what's for me lands directly on my desk, and then I choose to speak on it. You know? That's why I don't be really tapping in with a lot of these brothers and sisters out here. It's like y'all all saying the same exact shit. It's still a program. What? But y'all claim that y'all outside of the program, and how? Y'all look like a bunch of fucking robots to me. Huh? Y'all look like a bunch of fucking robots to me. Huh? Fuck is y'all talking about, man? Y'all gotta make that shit make sense when you bring it this way. My questions never get answered. They get spoke over top of, like, you know, as if I never answered it, because I'm here to make it make sense. Like, all right, if you telling me this and you speak so strongly on that, okay, elaborate on this shit. I have questions now. How did this happen? How is this? Never can answer this shit, though. That's like the brothers that, you know, prime example, the situation we just had, my brother. You know, when the brothers coming in there, posting and showing documents and all of that. My question is, what have those documents done for you and your peoples? Why y'all not showing me nothing? Where's the land? Where's the tribe of brothers and sisters that you so connected with on the land? Y'all building, y'all telling people we got hope. Look what we doing. So we all can do. Like, why I'm not seeing that? Why am I not seeing that? You know what their excuse is to that? Oh, it's been done, but we don't broadcast that. Why the fuck not? That's how you give your people some hope. If they see you doing it now, they go, oh yeah, we got hope now. We can actually do this. Somebody's showing us something instead of keep talking about it. Fuck is you weirdos talking about, man? Y'all can't present that on social media, right? But y'all present all that weird shit. Y'all present everything that make us look like ignorant niggas. But y'all can't show those truths. Y'all can't show y'all building on the land. Y'all can't show that y'all actually have land. Y'all can't show that y'all out there becoming one with nature, you know? Doing some grounding, doing some sun gazing. Like, y'all can't show none of that shit, though. But y'all spiritually, whoa. Y'all take this shit as a game. Like this some sort of hobby, or this some shit or shit you just wake up and say, oh, today I think I'm gonna just be spiritually woke. Let me put on some beads and some crystals and start speaking like this. Like, this shit ain't no game. I didn't look for this. This got in me. This came for me. It looked for me. Fuck is you talking about? I didn't wake up one day out of the blue and say, today I want to be a spiritually woke person. Let me try this. It's working for them. Let me see how it worked for me. Shut the fuck up. Fuck is y'all talking about, man? Like my brothers was saying earlier, you got to get deep into your root. When it comes to knowing who we are, right? That genealogy shit, that ain't the route to take. That's not the route to take. Because they've been telling you lies. What makes you think they're going to tell you the truth with that? You goofy motherfucker. That's still their system. How the fuck you think we're going to get some good results out of their system? Huh? You got to speak to the elders. Fuck you talking about? I was fortunate enough to have a grandma, a big fucking mama. A lot of y'all don't know what a big mama is. Y'all grandmothers out here clubbing with the grandkids. Fuck you talking about. I was fortunate enough to have a big mama in my family that told me my truth. So I ain't out here faking the funk for you goofy ass niggas. Fuck you talking about. I know who I am. I have a clear understanding of this shit here. Huh? I got it tatted in my arm. Born wild. I'm a wild Indian. That's why I give off this type of energy. It's N-A-G. Huh? Fuck is y'all talking about? Let's make it make sense. A lot of y'all need to go do the healing within self before y'all can do any building with the community, the like-minded individuals, those collectives that y'all speak about. Yeah. Huh? Because the energy that y'all be bringing with those who you're trying to build with ain't what it is, man. First and foremost, y'all not willing to accept others' truths. You speak your truth as if your truth is supposed to be truth to all. Huh? Huh? That ain't what this shit is all about. I've been telling y'all since the beginning of my awakening. We need to learn to respect each other's thoughts. It's not meant for everything that you say to resonate with me. It's not meant for everything that I say to resonate with you. But the fact that they are my truths, they are your truths, who the fuck am I to tell you use a lie? That's how you feel, my brother, my sister. I respect it. I might not understand it all, but life would be so simple if our people was to operate that way. But instead, y'all want to be against everyone's truths, as if your truths mean everything in the world. Huh? And half of y'all don't even know who the fuck y'all are. That's the weird part about all this shit. Y'all don't even know who the fuck y'all are. What? And y'all be out here presenting that shit to your people, the people that you love. Y'all spreading that cancer, should I say, to your people. That's how much you love your people? Bro, since I've been on my journey, all of my platforms that I've ever had, I always bring my brothers and sisters up to give their thoughts to the universe. I want you to spread your truths just as well as I'm spreading my truths to this universe. I've been like that since day one. It never was about me. Once I was giving my energy off and motherfuckers already got a whiff of who I am and how I'm coming, all right, I did my part now. I want to hear you. I want to hear my brother. I want to hear my sister. Let's go. Motivate me to do more now. That's what it was all about with me, personally. But I see these weirdos out here that have their platforms. I've never seen these brothers or these sisters give their brothers and sisters the opportunity to use their voices. Y'all want to tap in with people who y'all feel as though is either on a bigger level than y'all or either on the same level as y'all. Y'all don't want to tap in with those who you feel like, oh, they ain't where I'm at. They ain't where I'm at with it. They don't know. No. Come on, man. Brother, I told you in the chat, right? I say a lot of these brothers and sisters speak as if they're doing the work. I want to know what work have y'all done? Because if you ask me that question, I'll tell you many of mindsets that I have changed from the words that I present to this universe. You hear me? I can tell you many mindsets that I have changed. Gang members and all that shit. So if you ask me what type of work I've been in, I'll give you all that. Matter of fact, I'll pull them up and have them tell you. Fuck is you talking about? What work have y'all done? You ain't even do the work on self. But you want to brag to me about some sort of work you done based off of these documents that you... Y'all be talking about signing contracts and shit. Fuck is you talking about? You trying to get a record deal out this bitch? What? Ancestors, man. The ancestors speaks directly to me. Fuck is y'all talking about? Huh? Y'all better make that shit make sense when you bring that shit this way. Please. Because I'm going to make you elaborate. You got some explaining to do when you bring that shit over here. Huh? And I can tell, like off the first 3 words that come out of your mouth, I know exactly what type of individual you are. So don't try to bring it into such this slick ass way. It's not going to work for me. I don't even want to put the name out there, but my brother, we were speaking on these type of individuals earlier, how they make it look good and make it sound good to try to draw our people in, but they are the ones that turned our people in. Huh?
That is true.
Okay. Love is love.
And that's the coldest thing about it. I mean, people put their faith and trust in people who don't deserve their trust and don't deserve their money or nothing. They're not doing nothing for the community as a whole, as a collective. But people place their faith and their trust. So, as you were saying regarding the conversation we had earlier, I'm not going to get into but I'll just put out some key points, and people can understand what I'm saying. So there are certain individuals that came on a live stream with me and Chief and some other people, and they were advocating for a particular person. And I said, you do realize you are advocating for somebody who's actually is incarcerated right now, right? Who's got charged felonies, counts, and these things, and you're backing these people, and you're promoting these people to our people from the American diaspora, saying you co-signed them. I was like, but this guy is, he's a pedo. So how are you backing a pedo? I mean, where we come from as American Indians and standing on our ancestors, we don't agree to none of those things. That was something that was brought over into our people. Homosexuality was brought into our people, was brought to our people. So nobody can say I'm telling lies. Yes? As well as many other things that were detrimental to us making progress. So, I mean, as you were saying, a lot of people just follow fashion. It sounds good. Everybody's talking about it. If there's 500 people talking about being from the Eastern Hemisphere, and there's maybe say 20 people say no, we're indigenous to the America. Who do you think the majority is going to listen to? The 20 or the 500?
Come on, hey, bro. I love the fact that you just broke it down like that, brother. Because I had to break it down that same exact way before. You feel me? When I spoke about, because I'd have had some younger brothers, come up on my live and, speak far as, because I asked the question, like, do y'all blame like the generation before y'all for y'all actions? And they always say, yeah. We ain't really had no big homies around that tell us this or tell us that, but whatever the case may be. I say, well, you do have those, but it's not a lot of us. So it's like, if it's 50 motherfuckers that's speaking about this yah hoo hang gang shit, and there's only 20 of us speaking about this positive shit, who y'all gonna take heed to? We're gonna be in the shadows because we're gonna be outweighed by the bullshit. You feel me? So we out here, we hear, y'all just don't hear us. Because there's too much of that going on. That's just my personal feelings towards that, brother.
I mean, I agree with everything he stated. I mean, there's no lies. There's no lies what you're talking about. It's all facts. We just look at observation. That's observation is standing point, looking at the things that have been happening in the past. That's why I say if you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going, or you're bound to make the same mistakes from your predecessors, and these things. And that's where we're at now, where the current generation, our generation from the 80s and 90s generation, 80s babies, 90s babies, who's around their elders. And that's why I told our generation, he's born in 1980, 1990, just go and have a word with your family. That's all you need to talk to your family.
That's all.
Why didn't you look to somebody outside of yourself, outside of your bloodline? your grandparents, your relatives. People actually know your family. Like the teacher can't tell you about your family more than your family. That's like a Marcus Garvey or whoever. These people that tell you about your family or oneself. Maybe you have to go to your elders in your family. It's simple. That's what you have to do. Just talk to your family, and you know who you are and where you're coming from. That's what I did as somebody born.
Me too, brother.
And they told me, no, I don't know what you're talking about. This thing you was taught in school is bullshit. And when you talk to your relatives now, they can be different.
I had asked my mom, right, bro, when it comes to, because the whole slavery story was bullshit too. It ain't what they try to make it out to be. But anyway, I had asked my mom. I'm like, Mom, I said, has my grandmother ever like told you any stories about slavery? She said no. I said, have your grandmother, which would be my great grandmother, told you anything about slavery? Any stories? No. Have your great grandma, the list goes on. So it was no. So, and her great grandmother would have been around along the time that this so-called slavery was going on, right? Yes. So if great grandma didn't bring or pass those stories down, and because if that was the case, those stories would have been passed down from generation to generation, right? So we would have knew about these things. So if y'all never heard these stories or none of that shit, how is this shit true? How is everyone believing this if you had no one in your family, in your bloodline that can actually break down the fact that this actually happened? Now, there are some people who I've ran across that said that it was true, but guess what? They also claim to be African. You know, I'm talking about my bloodline of folks, you know, us real natives to this land, like us real wild Indian, like I'm talking about us. You feel me? So I've never heard it. Never heard it.
Me neither. I mean, I can tell you what my family told me, exactly what they said. I went to two of my elders. My grandfather, we left Jamaica, right, and came to England in 1930s or 1940s. This is before, this is like the Windrush time, World War I, World War II. So when I asked them, when I was a bit older of age and understanding in certain things, I had doubts like everybody else, because you know you're brought in, you're in an institutionalized system where it teaches you these things, you know, which is not being communicated to you by your family. So that's how we first learn. Not from our family, it's from our school education system. So when I asked my family, my grandfather, he said no. He said, well, he got told from his father. Now he left the islands in 1930s, like the same thing you're talking about. So your grandmother may have been around in the 1900s, early 1900s, right? And still remember what was said to her or your grandfather in, you know, the early 1800s or late 1800s, say late 1800s, 1890s, for example. That could have been your great grandmother, maybe your third great grandmother, for example. And she would have passed it down orally, what was communicated with her or your grandfather by their parents or grandparents that you communicated. Same thing like myself, I got the same thing. Said, no, we were sharecroppers and we never was slaves, right? Jamaican people was never slaves, Caribbean people was never slaves. We don't know nothing about that. And my grandma said, no, we're Indians, we're Arawak Indians, we're black Indians from Jamaica, you know, not the Hindu-style people. And she differentiated what, when I asked her, what do you mean the Coolie people? That's what we call them back home. Because if people don't know, the Coolie people or Hindustani people from Hindustan, you know, they were slaves. You know, there's evidence on YouTube you can watch for yourself. Not you, but, you know, there are viewers in these things you can watch, you know, documentary about Coolie indentured servant that came to the Caribbean and these type of things, as well as white people and Chinese and these people as slaves throughout the Americas, as well as indigenous Europeans. But when I asked them that, they said, no, that got nothing to do with us in my family. We don't know nothing about that. And before we came to England and before we had, you know, before we had your mother and these things, back in the island, I can tell you what we weren't taught none of this slavery stuff. We said we were free people of color. People don't know. Indigenous people of the Americas were free people of color, right? They were the Indians. So from the 16, 17, basically from the 1400s down to the late 1900s or early 1900s, we were all free people of color. We never were slaves. And that was communicated to my family, my personal family. No, we don't know nothing about slavery. That never happened. That's a lie. When I did my own research, I found out the truth, that, you know, my family has always been telling the truth. You know, I think that what we just shared, or that I shared and that you shared, a lot of people may be conflicted because of the stories and diagrams and video footage. Because that's how they captured our mind, with a video of roots. That's how people of with being a slave from roots. And that came out in 1968 when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King died. And they put that narrative there that we were slaves. So prior to that, that was never talked about in any of the Americas, any place in the Americas, about being slaves. We always knew from orally passed down that we're indigenous or we're Indians, as some people may know it as today, that your family may say, they may not say what tribe, they may say, yeah, we're Indians. They might see it as that we're Indians, and then leave you to figure out the rest. You know, so that's where it was.
But it's crazy though, bro, like how, you know, what we were saying or the point we were trying to make earlier, you know, within that chat or whatever, you know, like motherfuckers just be talking just to be talking, bro. Like, and if you ask questions about what you have done, you know, their backgrounds and who your family or what your ancestors, what your elders told you, you know, your family, like we can't really get no real answers from that. Like that should be weird. So it's like you run around here, like I said earlier in the chat, motherfuckers be claiming, if you want you to speak on that, we can, bro, as far as the, you know, that certain word. I don't even be wanting to shed no type of light on certain shit because that's not my lane. I really don't tap in with none of that, especially if I don't represent that, you know. But we ask questions about certain shit when it comes to that. And it's like I like the brother told me, I don't represent that. I don't respect what they do, but I'll claim that in order to get this. What? What?
That don't make no sense.
What? Like what, bro? Like that's crazy. So that let me know that clear that like that gave me the green light. All right, like I believe like a lot of our people done that. You know, they don't really believe in their beliefs or whatever they stand for, whatever the case may be. But the fact that motherfuckers saying, hey, well, unless you claim this, you're not never ever going to be able to do that. Because that's what they're telling them, bro. They're telling them this. If you don't claim this, that's the only way you're going to be able to do that. If you claim this. That's what they're telling our people. That's the cancer that's being spread. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
Those people are very dangerous, and like you stated before, even in the chat, you know, you answered questions and it wasn't really being addressed. People just you know looked at it and just skated around. Even when you asked the person in the chat or in the live call we had about this, that, and the third, didn't explain nothing. Didn't explain nothing. Said this, that. So you're dancing around, you're beating around the bush. You want a direct answer as a man. As men, we're very direct. If it's to women or to next man, we're very direct. That's how we are as men. We're very direct. We're going to be in the bush, just direct. So I mean, you know, we would like to know why is it that the people feel the need to assimilate? That's what it is, bro. You're saying people assimilated, assimilation, because it's cool, it's popping now. Everybody's saying they're this and they're that, away from who they really truly are. It's called assimilation. They're assimilated because it's a mass so-called following and it sounds good. But when you look at the background, you know, in the back, you know, behind closed doors, they've done a lot of wrong to our people, and that needs to be addressed. And nobody's really to address the situation that what caused the issues and distrust amongst the people. You know, why Americans don't trust each other. Why is it that this, that, and the third? Nobody's giving solutions. They can highlight the problems, but nobody's giving solutions of how these things transpired, what caused it.
They keep on speaking about the problem, bro. That's all we hear. That's all we ever hear. Motherfuckers keep speaking about the problem. We already know what the problem is, like was or whatever the case may be. What's the solution? How we gonna fix this shit from this day forward? Like, how we gonna do that? I don't hear none of those conversations, bro. I don't hear nobody speaking on no solutions. How are we going to get out of this shit? How can we fix it from here on? What can we do now at this point? Fuck speaking about what already been done. We know it. Where's the solutions? Nobody can never tap in on that. All I hear is, well, if you claim this, then you can get that. The only way you're going to get that, if you claim it, well, I guess then, you know, it's other ways of going about this, you know, when it comes to the land and all that shit, bro. It's multiple ways we could take of going about this, you know. Me personally, I'm a wild Indian, so, you know, we got to go there. We can go there. You feel me? When I run across that group, you know what I'm saying? There's really the way to push forward on that type of time. Let's go. Because me personally, and I've said this multiple times on my platform, I feel like some noise got to be made. When it comes to the collective, us melanated beings together as a whole, I feel like some noise need to be made. You know, I don't feel like no real noise was made as a whole. We saying one person, which is the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Marcus Garveys. You know, we saying these one individual standing up for our people. But if we have multiple individuals standing up for our people, what the fuck can they do then? They're gonna always assassinate that one individual, but it's gonna be hard to do it to all of us, bro. It's gonna be hard.
That's the truth. I mean, this is why people are still looking for a savior. So listen, you're looking for a savior in 2024. You learned nothing for the past 20 years, 30 years. You think about voting's gonna change anything for you and your people? Yeah? You really
Big
think
fact.
that if I vote for Donald Trump, I vote for Joe Biden, brother, these people don't serve your people. You're supposed to be aligned with the corporation because you're not a part of the corporation. You're not a citizen. You're indigenous. You're aboriginal habitant from the continent of the Americas. That means you're not supposed to be aligning yourself with foreign corporations, foreign government. These are not assigned to you people, to your people. This was given to your people so they can rule over you. Like Type said, you know, and I don't agree with him, you know, first and foremost, I don't agree with nothing he says, but he made it very clear and it was very puzzling to me how people still support people like this who says out in the open, have past videos saying that the so-called Black American Negro, right, needs to be ruled by white people because they're stupid, they don't know nothing. I was like, raw. And
Wow.
this is what he said.
Wow.
This is what he came out his mouth. This is what come out his mouth, and
Crazy.
people are still supporting him, saying, yeah, I'm quitting FBA and all these things like that. This guy is an agent, Smith. He's a sellout.
Definitely.
If you guys really believe that, you know, you don't need to govern yourself, that you need somebody else to govern over you, to rule over you, that means you're powerless. You're not empowered.
Big facts. Big facts. That's why I look at these people who claim to be leaders and chiefs. Like, how, bro? How? I'm out here making and breaking the rules. You feel me? Create my own, bro. I don't speak about no his story. I don't speak about none of that, bro. I'm creating my own. Every day I wake up, I'm creating my own fucking history. Because life is what I make it from this point on. Once I've woken the fuck up out of that program shit, you know, I'm the creator of everything that happens with and outside of my life, you know? If I choose to be in certain environments, knowing what happens in those environments, I got to accept the consequences behind that. If I choose to hang around certain individuals, knowing what type of individuals they are, I got to face the consequences behind that. Everything is a choice. Please don't ever forget that. Because some people speak as if I ain't had no choice. We hear that a lot. Motherfuckers do shit say, I ain't had no choice. Yes, the fuck you did. The fuck is you talking about? There's always a choice.
There's always a choice, bro. I mean, people just like to blame other people and not accept the accountability or the right or wrong that they have done. You know, what caused them to have the desired effect, whether it's, you know, a bad situation, what they may have, you know, caused amongst themselves, you know, all these things. And, you know, people don't want to address the truth of things that, you know, what did I do to bring about this situation? There's some things, you know, it's out of your control, as we already know. Some things you can't control, innit? But there's certain things you can control. So it's different when you're not aware. Okay, we give you that because you're not aware of certain things, you know. You're still what's the word? You're still a minor, you know, you're still a child mindset. So when you come an adult, you're able to think for yourself, that you're able to form your own opinion, you know, quickly think for yourself, analyze things, analyze data, and then form your opinion on the things that you've been watching or studying on these type of things. Now, a lot of people are not doing that because they're still in a child mind state. They don't think for themselves. That's what it is. People are not thinking for themselves. People are just following the crowd. And like, as my granny says, you don't follow back up people. You do your own thing.
Come on now. Say it again. What is you talking about, bro?
Do your own
Hey,
thing.
bro, that Big Mama ain't no love like the love that, and I spoke on that as well before. You know, a lot of people ain't had Big Mamas in their house, bro. A lot of motherfuckers don't even know what a Big Mama is, bro. Like I said, I look at the grandmothers now and this generation, like, what the fuck? Like, the kids don't go to grandma's house on the weekends and none of that shit, bro. Like, bro, if I wasn't at my grandmother's house during the weekend, man, they was looking for me. Fuck is you talking about? Like, you better be at grandma's house on all these, you know, even though we don't celebrate these fake ass holidays now. But, you know, at that time, you know, the Thanksgivings and shit like that. I looked at all holidays, though, as always like family gatherings. It wasn't even really about, you know, giving gifts or doing that. I just like the feeling of being around family, bro. And all of us eating together and conversating and things like that. Because my experiences with these holidays, you know, all my family lived in different states. I had a real big mama. My grandmother was head honcho. She was the oldest out of all her siblings, brothers and sisters. She was head honcho. You hear me? And when she make that call, everybody got to pull up. I don't give a fuck what state you live in, bro. New Mexico, whatever. They was here. In Baltimore, Maryland. You hear me? On those holidays. The whole family. You know what I'm saying? So I know what being family orientated is consist of. I know what real love consists of. You know what I'm saying? I felt that, but I seen both sides. So I have an understanding of why some people don't know how to take that love or accept that love because they never experienced that love. You never felt that feeling. You've been around so much fake love all your fucking life, you don't even know when that real shit hitting you. You looking at the real shit as fake shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you, King. I mean, same. You have similar experience to me. You know, I grew up in a traditional household. You know, mother and father in my household, and my outlook on life is different to other people. You know, other West Indians, you may not have the same thing that I have. Like to explain, you know, going to your grandmother's house, being around your whole cousins, you know, aunties and uncles, your grandaunt's, all elders in your family, and it's just. Even though it's holidays or holiday festive season, but you're not looking at it as that. You're looking at it as family time. Because that's what all my cousins, because I ain't seen cousins come from different places in the States or different parishes. For me, for example, I ain't seen them since they left. They went back to Jamaica, or they went to Canada, or they went to, you know, America, and they come over here and to see my family. I was like, raw, this is a cousin from so and so. Like, raw. Yeah, it's my cousin from Jamaica. Yeah, man. You know, this is my sister. This is my sister's daughter. My auntie, her grandaunt. I was like, raw. You know, all these type of things, all these type of history. You know, you're not gonna get if you don't seek it from your own family members, and that's why I say it's very important for us to get back to foundation and roots, because we all got roots.
Come on now. Hey, brother, I don't even, bro. I meet kids today. Peace and love, sis. Appreciate everybody that pulled up to the live, man. Much love. I appreciate every last one of y'all. But I was telling my sons, right? You know, because I got 3 of my own star seeds. One of them in here with me now. And I'm explaining to them, like, cause you know, family reunions and things like that, bro. These kids don't even experience that type of shit. You know, they don't even know what the fuck a family reunion is, bro. Like, and that shit's sad, bro. Like, I've had conversations with a lot of like younger people, you know, when I ask certain questions, you know, and they'll be looking at me crazy, like, what's that? I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, motherfuckers don't even know what a family reunion is. A family reunion to these kids and these generations, bro, is having a cookout in somebody's backyard, maybe at a park. At the most, you know, that's the most luxury you're going to get out of it, being at some sort of community park. But most of the people there don't even be family. It'd be like the homeboys, peoples, and they kids and shit like that. Like, it don't be the aunts and the uncles and the great aunts and the great uncles, big mama. Like, they never experienced that type of shit. And you know what's fucked up about it, brother? These kids in this generation, they got their grandmother, grandfather, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, great-great, like, they have all of that. A lot of us didn't have that. The most we may have had was our grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have all of that, bro, but not experience what family is consistent. What?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And
that's crazy.
Look at that, bro. I mean, you might be what, your 70s baby or 80s baby? If you don't mind me asking.
What you say, bro?
Then are you a 70s baby or 80s baby? Because I'm an 80s baby.
I'm an 80s, early 80s, bro. 82.
88.
82.
6 years ahead of you, so you could be like my uncle or my big brother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been around, bro. Like, I don't even throw like the age thing around, bro, when it comes to, you know, me building with younger brothers and sisters, you know, because I ran across a lot of them that get it, right? Have a clear understanding of all this shit. You feel me? So I don't throw the age thing around, but then it's like, all right, I have been here a lot longer than a lot of y'all, you know? That means I have a lot more experience of this life. You know what I'm saying? than most of y'all. So it's like I seen 2, 3, maybe different generations. You feel me? So the changes that were made along my journey, whew, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story, you know. But one thing I do say, bro, and I stand on is I see a lot more of the younger brothers and sisters that are woke than I have during my upcomings, because we were all lost. You feel me? So I see a lot of younger brothers and sisters that's actually woke and get it. You feel me? Versus, you know, my generation. So I feel like it can only get better. It's going to get better. It's getting better. You know?
Well, I have to say, well, thank you to yourself and many others putting out the hard work. Even myself, I thank myself and thank others that dropped this information. Like I never knew certain things like 8 years ago, 10 years ago that I know now. So I mean, as you said, the younger generation, you know, they got the information at their fingertips. The same information that we never had with the private information.
Right.
So it's a good thing to see that the younger generation able to grasp it. Even when I did my live stream on IG and I came across a 15-year-old, was like, yeah, thank you, Locono. You gave me some insight about the Arawaks and the Caribs and other tribes that didn't know. But yeah, my mom said certain things and she agrees with what you're saying. I was like, well, how old are you again? I'm like, you're 15. I said, but you know what I was doing when I was 15? If you got this information that we have now, no?
Come on now.
You know what I mean? It's only going to get better with time. And like fine wine. And then it get better. But at the end of the day, we have to go back to basics and back to foundation. That's all it is for people to make progress. Like you said, the younger generations are fully equipped now. So that's a good thing. So, you know, as you see younger children grasping it, or even children today grasping it and teenagers grasping it, which is it's great. I mean, we're making progress. That means there's less confusion out there because there's been a mass flood of information regarding, you know, who we are as a people and things that were privy to our generation and previous generations. Now it's available because we've done the work. You know, many of us have done the work to enlighten our people, which is a great thing because this information wasn't around 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It may have been, you know, to some people who had the knowledge, for example, you know, families that had the knowledge and retained it and gave it to their family members. But as a whole, seeing information spread out on the internet about the indigenous people and what they look like and these things wasn't available. So, you know, it's only going to get better. And it's what we push for. We're pushing for making progress for our youth. We want change. We're not happy with the condition that we're faced in. You know, and seeing things every day we're hearing, or every couple of years we're hearing this, that, and the third, the same thing over and over again, nothing being done. So we're making progress. You know, it's not going to come overnight. It's going to be very long, you know, because we've been set back, we've been held back, you know, from making progress while the other world or the people from the East have made progress and look at us as a collective, as laughing stock that, yeah, you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're coming from. You know, you're not really giving back to your community or to your people regarding, you know, inventions and this, that, and the third. Even if we've done these things, that nobody can deny we ain't done nothing, we ain't giving back.
Right.
But it's not there. You know, they stigmatize us and these type of things, the stereotypes, and we are trying our best to, you know, liberate our people from that, you could say, quote unquote, ghetto mindset was placed on our people, because we're not ghetto, we're not thugs. I mean, people know what thug is. It goes back to Hindustani people who are criminals, yeah, and Sikhs and these things. So I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of words that people don't understand etymology of, and I suggest to brothers and sisters just to research what words mean before you start using them. You know,
big facts, big facts, big facts, bro.
You just have to upgrade yourself in legalese, because you know you may refer to yourself as black, you know, on internet or, you know, around your surrounding areas, around your people and these things. But you step in a court of law and say you're black, you got no rights. The police say, "Oh, you're black." He said, "Yes, I'm black. I'm IC3." When England say we're IC3, I don't know what code they use, but they might just say you're African American when police may pull you over.
I don't get that shit. nothing no more, brother. Not to cut you off, but I don't put that shit on nothing no more, bro. It's either Aboriginal or American or Indian American or whatever they have. Anything that had to do with the natives, that's what I'm putting on that motherfucker. That's the check I'm checking. You hear me? I no longer checks that African American or black shit. Fuck is you talking about, man? Black is a color first and foremost. That's not a nationality. So I don't know why the fuck y'all claim that. And that I had the whole African American thing don't make sense to me because it's either you one or the other. Like it's either you're African or you're American. So being both like don't even add up in my world. I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know, but something that I don't choose to claim. Like, but you're not gonna get it until you get it. Like. And like bro was saying, man, along these spiritual awakenings and shit, man, this shit different, bro. Like it took like it was situations that happened that and this shit just hit me. You feel me? But it's like once it hit you, oh my God, brother. What? Once it hit you and you start really seeing it, and I start opening up for real. Whoa, okay. But once you get it, you got it. You never go backwards. You never go backwards. Once you get it, you got it, bro. Ain't no going backwards. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, bro, when I was telling you in the chat or even in your personal joint, like, you know, it's a lot of motherfuckers in the spiritual world that still presenting program shit, like program world shit. They still entertaining the program world, you know, but yet you claim to be spiritual. You know, that shit don't add up to me. And I see that a lot. Like, bro, I just seen so-called gods on the live arguing with goddesses, calling them bitches, talking about pulling up to their cribs. What? First and foremost, this is a woman. And you speaking like that, you speaking to her like she a man. This nigga just called you a whole bitch. And you ain't talking about pulling up in his crib. But this goddess, she ain't even say nothing there on that level of disrespect to you. But you talking about pulling up to her crib? You want to kill her?
That's what? Shit, bro. That's some sucker shit, bro. I mean, that's we call that woman's strength. They ain't got no man's strength. They can't handle a man, so they go to a woman because you know they're easy and they're vulnerable in the sense of, you know, men are stronger than women. We all know that men are stronger. If I look, he hit me once, hit her once.
Physically, yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, the little cowards out there, little cowards, and a lot of men out there has not been raised by their fathers, so that's why they're tapping into that feminine energy. They ain't got no muscle men around or cousins or uncle to show them this is how you be a man. Regardless of you got a father around, this is how you be a man. This is how you stand on your own and get yours as a man. You know, so there's not enough men out there because we already know the system. Innit? The system's there to incarcerate our people. So I mean, that's the reason why our people in the situation they are today. People got to understand it, how they pin the indigenous man against the indigenous woman from the Americans to split up the home. That was designed purposely to bring about this dysfunctional family. You know,
we spoke about that earlier.
Yeah,
we spoke about that earlier on that live. You know, and I was like, you know, y'all gotta think. Like, I'm pretty. Like, y'all already know this. You know, like, as far as taking the men out of the households and all that, that was all a part of the plan so the women can rely on the government, and that's how it been. But y'all didn't realize that was a trap. That was a goddamn trap. Man, they had a lot of traps they set up for our people, you know? And like me and my brother was speaking about earlier, you know, I always, you know, wondered like, all right, how did it get this way? How do they know so fucking much about us? Like, I'm talking about really, really, really know about us to the fact, like, whenever they do anything, they already know the reaction they're going to receive from our people. How the fuck do they know this much? But then you have people that say, oh, well, they studied their ways, they studied our ways, they did this, they did that. Man, I fail to believe that. For them to know us that fucking much, that came from our own. Or those who claim to be one of us, who were bamboozled. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm just here to make it make sense. So that type of information had to be received by one of our own for them to know that much about us. You know, they know exactly the reactions they're going to get when they do whatever they do. How was that, y'all? That's why I tell y'all, change the mindset. You know, they're playing their part. They have a role to play too, just as well as we do. They're playing their part. They winning the fucking game. When we gonna strike back? When we gonna realize that, all right, cool, this is the game. I get it. We need to play our part. You know, because these motherfuckers is up. The score is up. They up one. How them Chicago niggas say when they catch bodies, I'm up one. Yeah, they up 1 million. Fuck is y'all talking about? If it gotta be broke down us versus them, man, they up 1 million trillion. Fuck you talking about? They done got a lot of us the fuck out of here in multiple ways. Y'all can't say the same thing though. All people can't say the same thing. We can't say shit. They might have took a couple of us out here, but shit, we got a couple of them too. Nope. We can't share those stories. But y'all can speak about when you killed one of your own, though. When you pulled up to that other hood and took one of your own brothers. Y'all be broadcasting that shit all over social media. Huh? But that shit makes sense. You can broadcast the fact that you killed one of your own fucking brothers. But you won't broadcast doing something to one of them motherfuckers. Them fucking cops pull up on you like this, your bitch ass. You putting your fucking hands up. My guardians can tell y'all, man, I done moved around these motherfuckers with my pistol on me. Still to this day, I move like that. Walk right past him, chuck him a deuce and all that. That bitch on me. What are you talking about? Y'all fear them, but to kill your own. Huh. Y'all do know y'all doing their job for them. Woo. Y'all do know y'all doing their job for them, because their mission is to take as many of us away from here as they can before we all wake the fuck up and really move as the collective. Huh? Y'all don't get that part down. Y'all don't get that part down. Y'all doing their job for them by killing one of your own. You goofy ass fucking niggas. Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, it's sad to see our people in self-destruction mode or genocide, self-genocide. They're quick to genocide their own. Then a foreigner who violates them in their own community or in their country. You know, and that's really sad to see these things. You know, that people go out and actually, as you say, do drive-bys and, post up on the internet. Yeah, we've got to opt in these things, but when white people or Caucasians or the foreigners violate them, they don't do nothing. I was like, bro, you are some female dogs. That's me being polite.
Come on now.
You are female dogs, man. You only got
call y'all a bitch in a polite way. I'm gonna go ahead and break it all the way down. You bitches, I say it for my brother. What you talking about, y'all? Bitch ass niggas, man. Man.
That's what
I say it jokingly, bro, but that shit really be like these situations really cause me to really tear up at times, bro. When I think about how lost our people are, like, god damn, bro, really. Like when it really hit me that it's us and it's not them, I'm like, damn. Then looking at my own so-called bloodline, even though I don't believe blood makes you family, love makes your family. So all that blood shit, because a lot of those people done so much shit in a negative way that's supposed to be family, but we'll have a whole nother hour if we're gonna tap in on that too. Shit, how much time you got, bro? Because I will add an hour onto this, if need be, because I like how the energy flowing. So if you got some time,
I've got some time, bro. I mean, I want to hear from the Empress because we've been just chopping up and I ain't really heard nothing from her. If she wants to share input, she can. I'm just saying, I ain't heard her input on what she thinks. Her thoughts and opinions. That's why I like to speak to people. Not just me and you, because we speak all the time, but other people share their thoughts and where their mind is at. Go ahead,
that's my daughter's. She being a very big observer, should I say right now? Because I tell people in the spiritual world that too. Sometimes we got to be an observer, and sometimes we got to be on the ground putting in that footwork. So it's like being an observer means you sitting back and you soaking it all in. You're like a sponge, because information flowing around and shit. So for the most part, that's what she be on. Not to even speak for her. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown woman. She can speak for herself. You know, but yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I got about hour to hour to give it about hour. I'll give it an hour before I go to my bed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they're just disgraceful to see these things. You know, what I found out, you know, when I did my genealogy, I went to Jamaica. I did my actual genealogy in Jamaica, and you know, when I saw the information about my family, and this is another thing for those who don't know, I'll say it's a good suggestion to do your genealogy. Why do I say this? Because any illness you may have in your family, if you don't know, you're not going to know if you don't do the research about your family. Okay, my family could be suffering from heart disease. That could be an illness that runs in my family, for example. You know, understand? So you say you got historical information about or illnesses in your family that could be a trait in your family. So these things, you need to know these things just in case. Okay, yeah, I'm a herbalist. I do herbs, but I don't know what illnesses trait run in my family, and this is a good indication to give you a better understanding about your illnesses in the family that may run in the family. You know, it's okay. I can cure this, for example, and these type of things. But as I was saying, yeah, as when I got what I got and received what I see from the National Archives of Jamaica regarding my family, I cried, bro. In Jamaica, I was in Jamaica, I cried like a baby because I realized my grandpa was telling the truth and it lied to my people. My people is the people from the Americas who claim who have heritage to the Americas. And you know, it's not nice to see that your people are self-destruction because they've been lied to in many ways, you know, and I shed tears, bro. I was like, raw. Our people are dead because they're lost. They you know, they don't know themselves. They're lost. Nobody assisting them to bring them up to bring them up to point where they should be, to, you know, above understanding and understanding or overstanding certain things. You know, whether it's legalese or history or these things or just who they are as a person. Nobody's really reaching out to them and saying, let me give you a hand because I see that you're struggling. I see that you need assistance. You know, I see you need upgrading direction. So let me be the light, you know, the keeper of the light, because we are. We're light keepers, meaning, you know, we are the ones that the so-called illuminated ones, who have the information. The chosen people is the American people. We are the ancient healers of the world. We go and heal people with our music. This is one of the reasons why they target our music, because we, the indigenous Americans, you know, we give that healing vibration. We cure people with our music. You know, the music decibels has been changed. The megahertz and these things. MHC, yeah, 400. I think it's 432 megahertz or 400 something. Yeah, that's the vibration of healing. But we're not doing healing. I mean, look at the music, and it's only North American music that's doing this. So North American music would be, you know, reggae music, dancehall music, rap music, you know, and these things that's on the destructive path, which is promoted out to which is promoted to the whole world to see American people as certain stereotypes and promote certain that's detrimental to
more that cancer, more that cancer being spreaded, as I said. You know, this bro, I'm a very big observer, bro, and I be on YouTube. I still be paying attention to what's going on within the program world as well. You feel me? I pick up some information from over there too, just as well as I do in the spiritual world. So, you know, I'll be paying attention, deep attention, right? Like I see where certain shit start at, and then it'll spread somewhere else, and then it'll spread somewhere else. That's why I say this shit is like a cancer and it's spreading. You feel me? I watched this shit happen with my own eye. You feel me? So it's like it be their shit, like for them, those who are in control, you know. And they create it. Our people just pick up and run with it and then spread it. That's what I've been seeing, bro. Like, even when it comes to the music, right? Like, it's artists that came out, right? And, all right, I'm going to use the same person I always use as an example because it make more sense to those who I'm trying to attract. Soulja Boy. When Soulja Boy first hit the scene, right? That boy was a cool kid doing the dances with the songs and, you know, had school kids doing the dances. Like, it was love. You feel me? Like, it's like a year, 2, 3, maybe 3 in, you started seeing a change. Now you're a gangbanger. You got all these tattoos. You calling yourself Big Draco. holding all these guns or blood. Like, what? What the fuck happened? Okay. I see how this shit go. And then I started seeing the same shit with a lot of other artists. Cause I'll pay attention to the type of music they was making when they first hit the scene. It's like, all right, cool. That's a vibe. Then the music start changing. Now y'all talking about some weird shit. You know, y'all talking about all this weird shit niggas out here doing and promoting within our neighborhoods and all that weird. And you ain't even that type of person. That's the crazy thing. They'll use them to push that type of shit or push that agenda, but they not even living that lifestyle. Even when it comes to these women, these female artists, they be out here talking about fucking man this, fucking man that, need this, need that, run up a check and all that weird ass shit. But then they'll go home to a whole family. You got a whole husband and 3 kids. Y'all been together for 10 years, but you making songs talking about fucking nigga this, suck a nigga this. What? Okay. I get what this is. I get what this is.
So I get what you're saying, King. I mean, when you look at the music for where it is, they're targeting little children. And as an adult who's got sense now, able to think. And it's for everybody in the chat, not only for you, but, you know, everybody in the chat. You know, for example, is this the message you want your children to be listening to? About sucking penis, about killing their own people? This type of music you want your children to listen to? I don't think that's acceptable. And it should be banned. It should be, these type of music should be banned throughout the West. Because this is definitely destruction, genocide. And we're the only set of people in the hemisphere, in the Western hemisphere, that promotes death and destruction. African people are not promoting death and destruction amongst their own. Neither is Chinese, neither is the Caucasian man. Yes, they may have little issues, in their country amongst each other, but they're not making music about killing each other. Only we are doing that. As you said, we're being paid to put out that image out there that we're criminals, we're predators, and all these type of things, all these derogative things or these stereotypes. Like you said, they created these art forms, and gave artists or entertainers contract to fulfill these stereotypes. And like you said, majority of them do not even come from that lifestyle. So they're only telling people, the so-called, what it makes it look attractive, the girls, the guns, and the drugs, and these things. Not telling people the actual, people that live that lifestyle. How do they live day to day? How do they live day to day? Are they able to move around? No, because people look to kill them and kill their family members. They can't catch them; they catch their family members, and these type of things. So it's not very attractive lifestyle to be living. You understand? That's why if you speak to real gangsters, I don't care what country they come from, they tell you this lifestyle is not what they want to promote to their children.
Definitely ain't. It definitely ain't. If they knew what really came with that, really that lifestyle, man, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Y'all definitely wouldn't want that, The real gangsters, you feel me? Like that. Not this picture they're painting on social media, you feel me? Cause that's all that is a picture that they're painting to y'all. Man, come on now. The motherfuckers that's really out there, you know how many, homeboys I've had that didn't even do social media? Like, they'll get mad at me for being on social media or going live. Niggas ain't with that shit. Real niggas that's out there for real. Them niggas ain't doing no social media shit. Half of them niggas don't even got pages. I got homeboys that really don't got pages and shit. So that's a whole nother lifestyle there for real. So this shit that they presenting to y'all right now, that's a picture that's being painted, man. I promise y'all. Why y'all think y'all hear a lot of these rappers or y'all see videos floating around of niggas getting their chains snatched, getting ran down on at these clubs and shit like that? Why do y'all think that? Because they're presenting a lifestyle on social media that's not their lifestyle. So when these real gangsters in these different states run across these niggas and they got a chance to see if that gangster really gangster, they're going to test their ass. And when they test their ass, y'all see what the results is, right? Y'all don't never hear no gangster shit. Y'all don't get it twisted. There's a couple of the rappers that, the shit that happened and they really stood on business. Shout out to him. Be a young boy. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite artists because at the end of the day, Shorty stand on business. What he's presenting, that's really what it is. And he stood on that. So I respect it. But Hold up, y'all.
It's all good, bro. I'll cover you, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you're right. You're right, bro. I mean, you know, people just actually ask people who really live that lifestyle. It's not something to play with. You know, you can't step in and you can't step out. Like as you said, bro, real gangsters don't make music. They don't. They're not in social media. They're not on the TV, on the music box, television. They're not living that lifestyle. So they know. Listen, man. If I'm a wanted man and I'm wanted by the police, I'm wanted by other criminals, because I may have done them wrong, or I might have robbed them, or whatever the case may be. I might have injured one of the parties that was in their clique and these things. Then you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's not something to play about with. But you know, the children not getting that message that the streets is not something you play with. It's very dangerous. You know, I mean, once we're able to communicate with the children and put out better representation for ourselves, then we will see things will be changing. We just have to change the music and change the direction of our people, and we'll be able to make progress and steps for the right direction. You know, so yeah, I just wait for him to come back. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, I think we just need to make progress and you know, just allow the foolishness to continue, because we're on self-destructive mode, you know. And but yeah, that's all it is. Just get back to basics, foundation. Just equip the children with knowledge of self. You know, I'm done with the adults, because the adults are adults. They either choose to do what's right or choose to do what's wrong. But the children, they need somebody to assist them and give them what is what and what is what. That's why one of the reasons why I wrote a children's book, to assist them, you know, in knowledge in these things, because nobody's putting out a reputation for our children. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote the book. So if they ask me what I've done, I could tell them I did this, that, and the third, and where, you know. All right. Really quick off. Chat. Um, yes, King. Welcome back, man.
Okay. My bad, man. That was a phone call, man. It kicked me off and shit.
No, it's all good, man. I figured, man. I figured. So I tried to hold you down the best I could.
Well,
No.
I appreciate it for sure. I appreciate it. I knew you was going to do that regardless, you know, because you was already going, you know, when it kicked me off. So I'm like, hopefully, brother, you know, go ahead and continue the conversation until I get back in the mix, man. But we here.
Yeah,
We rocking, man.
so when you left, I was just saying, you know, we just need to do what's best, do what's in our best interest for our children and for our people. I mean,
Mhm.
we have to do is put a stop to this music. That's all it is. You know, if we start banning these artists or acquiring more from these artists, entertainers, that we don't want to hear negative music no more. Right? For the last what Gangster rap came out in the 90s, if I'm not correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
hip hop and that word that talked about oppression and liberation, Americans, you know, the same things that reggae was doing, you know, which hip hop was doing, and then it changed from that and went to gangster rap, and that's where it's at now with this with Death and Destruction, and that's the main thing that everybody's talking about, even the women, which is a bit mad when you got women teaching young girls to be whores. You know, you got the Little Kims, you got Foxy Brown, you got many others that came before these new age women that was degrading. But the differences between the 80s, sorry, the 90s, sorry, they had a balance. So you had Queen Latifah, you had many other artists that spoke positive, as well as positive objects and these things that gave people a balance. If you don't listen to the garbage out there, you know, your bubblegum music, what Pac said, Tupac said, you know, the club music and all these type of stuff. And you know, you had a choice, you had a selection. You know, you got a variety of artists that cater to what you want to cater to. So you got you got your conscious music and you got your garbage music, and people was able to choose. Now there's no conscious music in hip hop, or there's no conscious music, just bare death and destruction. Same thing with reggae, same not reggae, but dancehall. Dancehall music is the same thing. You got one or two people that talk in consciousness, but the majority, the vast majority is death and destruction. Same thing like the States with gangster rap music. So dancehall music and gangster rap music goes in hand to hand. Talks about self-destruction. Not like hip hop and reggae would talk about liberating their people and, you know, talking about issues that we're going through, or world issues and these things. So I mean, that's where we're at now today, where you know the industry of the music is poor. It's poor, you know, and people are brainwashed because listening to music. If it's not the music listening to, then you know it's the videos and you know all these other things that plays a role in our death and destruction. You know, the movies and these things that people are watching and listening to music. So people are listening to young children listen to negative music from about 5 now to 25 or 30 and these things. So, you know, all they're hearing is negative music. That makes you want to hurt people, brother. I've been in the club, I've been in common situations where I've seen how music is able to move the people, whether it be a positive impact or a negative impact. I've seen what music can do to people in a social environment.
So, brother. You know, because it's controlling the mindset, you know. Even if they wasn't those type of people, they want to become those type of people based off of what those, you know, dudes are presenting in the music and the critic, like you said. And like I said at first, the first time, like they not even like that. They not even really living that lifestyle. They just presenting that through the music. They know that's what motherfuckers want to hear. And then it's all a part of their programming, you know, to control the minds. So, you know, they're going to continue to push that. You know, bro, on my other show, I had What to Talk About radio too. Before I had this I Can't Make It Up podcast, I got What to Talk About radio, you know, but at that time I was still in the mix with the music and doing interviews with like up and coming artists and stuff. But they was really talking about something in their music. It wasn't none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I was willing to lend a helping hand and shed some light on that. You feel me? But when I was doing that and in the mix to that, it's like the energy, you know, I don't know, man. It's like, all right, I feel like this is a journey. Like, and along this journey, man, there's going to be different things you're going to do. You know, at one point in time, you might be in the mix to this. Then all of a sudden you feel like, all right, I don't want to do that no more. And I completely stop. Like those who's on here right now, they'll tell you, bro, like I'll be giving something like full throttle. Like even with this, with my podcast, right? This is my first time doing a show in a minute. I used to be real consistent with it though. Like I got different segments and everything on my show. You feel me? Mondays I do OG talk. Wednesdays I do Making It Make Sense. I might do an interview on Fridays. Sunday mornings I do nature talk, and then I do the powwow and Sunday nights. And then I got my goddess. She do Goddess Takeover. You feel me? So I got like different segments and everything for the show, and I was real consistent with it. But then there came a time like, you know what? All right, I just don't feel like doing that no more, and I just stopped. and my energy was drawn towards something else. Now I'm hands on with the youth. You feel me? And that's where the universe pushed me. I'm hands on with the youth now. So, you know, that's where I'm at with it. That's why, you know, I kind of fell back on doing the shows and all that shit. I'm putting my energy over there now. But I
Well,
don't mind jumping on here and doing one of these here and there. You feel me? I'm just not gonna be on the everyday Monday when, you know, just when I got time to go ahead and get my energy over here, I'm gonna do that. You know? Hold on, brother. Give me one
yeah,
sec. You can take the mic real quick, bro.
that's cool, King. I'll do that. But yeah, as you were saying, I agree with you, bro. I mean, the children are the future. I mean, that's where my mind is at the point now. I'm working with young children, not working with, but presenting books and these things to get a better representation of us as a people and just explaining and showing our heritage out to the younger generation so they can go back and question their family members about certain things. You know, so it's you know it's a given that we time for us to write our own narratives, whether it's movies or animation or books and these things. That we have literature, so we represent ourselves. Stop having foreigners represent us or having foreigners write about us. We should be the one that tells our own story, and I think that's where where I want where I would like to see many others. So I read a children's book and I thought, all right, let me spark an interest. Let me spark the next young author, or what the case may be, so they can feel inspired by myself that it is possible. So all the things you may hear people complain about, and even I was the same. I was complaining about certain things. I wasn't happy with the literature that was being presented, you know, to our people. There's nothing for our people to read and look up and say that's somebody who had the same background and heritage as myself, and you know, just to tell people that you can do anything you put your mind to,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what people may say or people may think about it, because the way you dress or the way you look or the way you talk and these things, you know, I understand. So you don't have to be the typical stereotype that's out there, the images out there, negative images out there. So I wanted to create something that creates change and sparks interest with our people. Say, okay, this person's written a book, you know, I can do the same thing. You know, if this person can write a play, I can write a play. Nothing hard. I can shoot a movie on my phone or buy a camera, a DSLR, and these things and make something popping for myself. So I'm just showing people that we have the creative ability. We just have to tap into it. Not just alone with music, but there's other avenues we could direct our talents or push our talents in. You know, inspire our people to do the best, to be the best they can be. You know, not what the TV tells them who we are, and these
Mm-hmm.
type of things, you know, and these are the things that we're fighting against. We're fighting against the imagery that's out there, the stereotype imagery, and you know, the quote unquote stereotypes that people have labeled on us. You know, that how we are drug dealers, you know, we're careless fathers, we're careless mothers, and these type of things, and we come from dysfunctional families. Now, that is not the essence who we really are. These things were put out there, and people play a role into those stereotypes because that's all they see on TV. All they see
Mm-hmm.
all they see on the big screen, whether it's the TV or you know, to go to their friend's house or go to these concerts. These entertainers are promoting the same thing they see on TV or the same thing they see in their environment. You know, and I want to change that, to be the spot that changes that. You know, that's able to communicate with the younger generation that you don't have to be what people tell you you're going to be. For example, my teacher told me that I was going to be a statistic, and that always stuck with me. You know, as a teenager, that a Caucasian woman said, "You're going to be a statistic. You're going to be either be a drug dealer or a killer, or you know, or one of those men that have whole heap of children and that's not really, that's careless in these things," and that stuck with me. And I didn't want to be none of those things. So I grew up in an environment where I was exposed to criminal elements and these things. Did I choose that? No, I never chose that for myself because I saw people who lived that lifestyle. I've seen crackheads. I see what the damage that crack cocaine does to people, right? And I didn't want to be in that. Yeah, there were people in my neighborhood that was influential to some of the younger generation, to my generation, and there was people that told us, don't be like me, the guy in the corner selling drugs, the guy in the corner that's in a gang. It's not attractive. I live this lifestyle, you don't. You're just seeing the glitz and the glams that people show you, but people are not really telling you the dangers of living this life. Whether it's a gangster, whether it's a woman that sells herself or prostituting, these things. They're not telling people the in and outs, the horror stories that happen to people who put themselves in these positions. You know, and this is what the entertainers are doing. They're glorifying these lifestyles, which is not attractive, which is very dangerous.
Right. That's why I said what I said to you in the chat, bro, about the whole gang situation. You feel me? Like a lot of these big homies, like, don't even really be big homies. Like, if you're a real big homie, right, you're stirring the young generation in a whole nother direction. Real big homies. They not out here pushing them to do the ignorant shit that got them years in life and life in jail and them big sentences and shit like that. They're not pushing the little homies to do that and follow that path. They're trying to push them in a whole nother direction. The real big homies, you know. But these other big homies out here, man, they ain't doing nothing but continuing the cycles, man. You know, they don't even know what this gang shit, like, what each set stands for. You know, I ain't gonna tell you about no blood shit, but I could tell you, know, when it comes to Crippin', it stands for Community Rehabilitation in Progress. Right? What does that say? What does that say, man? Come on now. That's what CRIP stands for. Community Rehabilitation in Progress. How is that happening? There's motherfuckers out here killing each other. Their own people, their own community.
Facts. And they sprung from the Black Panthers, right?
They
sprung from the Black Panthers. And they were the fence. These were the defense after they did what with the Black Panthers, infiltration and these things. The Crips or the younger Panthers would be the Crips and the Bloods. So the form of defense, because they was going through racism. So, you know, sundown towns and these things where they couldn't go in certain neighborhoods. You know, they need to protect themselves from invaders.
That's crazy, bro. That you breaking this down, right? Because I broke that down before. Do you know a lot of the gang members don't know that story? Besides the ones who's actually over there in Los Angeles, I'm saying, you know, that shit spreading outside of Los Angeles. It's in all states now. But you know that them brothers don't know that story that you just told, how you broke that down, bro, how the gangs were created. The gangs were created to protect their own neighborhoods, our own people from the white. They was the first gang. Y'all think the Bloods and Crips were the first gangs? Fuck no. These white people, they had their own gangs back then. So that our gangs were created to protect our people from their gangs. But y'all don't know that, though. Now, how it became a whole Blood, Crip, you know, color thing, man, that whole story. Like me personally, I'm not from LA, so I can't really get too deep into what actually happened to cause it to be that way. But based off of what I've heard or I've been told, you know, I still blame the law enforcement for a lot of that shit, you know. And I know one situation, you know, it's supposed to happen over a fight, and, you know, one of the guys took it too serious and thought it was something more serious than what it was, right? Because back then, they was throwing the hands, right? It wasn't no guns involved. Actually, I was just watching an interview yesterday with one of the Crip dudes from LA, the dude Joker, I believe. And he was telling this story. You feel me, about how the whole thing started for the beef within the gang. And he was like, it was a knuckle fight. He said, man, if a brother had an issue with somebody from another set, we'll meet up somewhere and they'll shoot the fair one and it'll be over with. That's it. That's how they used to operate back then, bro. And so happened this situation that happened, one of the dudes who must have just got put on the set, He just got put on. I think the brother said he was like a day or two in, like he was fresh, you know. So I guess he really didn't know how they was operating, as far as, you know, meeting the whoever they had issues with, strapping and, you know, going about their business. Anyway, he took it too serious. He went and got a gun, shot the dude, killed the dude in the other set, and that's how the whole beef started.
Wow.
So it wasn't always that way. It wasn't always about no guns and niggas killing each other. That's not how this shit started. Brothers used to, you know, meet up at a park, whatever, strap, and be back friends again. Clap it up, and niggas is back at the clubs partying and get money or whatever they was doing back then. That's how this shit was. You know, the whole beef, the real beef, did not start into that situation where the brother took it too far and, you know, shot one of the other brothers. So that caused the bloodshed. But me personally, I still feel like, because I'm telling y'all, they use us to kill us. Y'all have to understand that. They will grab one of us up real quick. Hey, yeah, we saying that. Yeah, we're going to need you to do this in order for you to get out of that situation now. So go up in here, act like you one of those, and yeah, get the information, do this. I'm going to need you to go in and do that to one of those motherfuckers to rowdy things up. Yeah. Man, listen, y'all don't even know. They be in control when you don't even know.
Facts.
Like, all right, bro, for prime example, to make it make more sense, right? You say in the movie, damn, Judah, what is it called? Judah and the Black Messiah? Is that the name of it? When they were showing the whole story of the Black Panthers.
Oh, the one with Malcolm X, you talking?
Malcolm X. It's damn though. It's called, I believe it's called Judah and the Black Messiah or something like that. It's the story of the Black Panthers, bro. Like, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to you. But on that movie, it showed because they sent one of us in. You feel me? On some undercover shit, and this was just a regular dude that they pulled off the streets. He wasn't nobody that was in the law enforcement, and you know, they sent out there to do some undercover shit. They pulled this brother off the streets and made him do what he did. Went in, you know, got in with the brothers and shit, act like he was one of them whole time, sending them information, boom, boom, boom. Like, bro, they weren't even trying to lock these brothers up. They was trying to kill these brothers and sisters. It wasn't just brothers, it was brothers and sisters that was pushing that Black Panther movement. They was trying to kill them. Well, ain't no trying, they did. They did.
Fred Hampton. And many others.
Mm-hmm.
Many others.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it went that exact way in that movie, but the way they showed it in that movie, bro, man, they pulled up and just hit everything. Everybody that was in the house.
Mm-hmm. And these are the things, and these are the stories that are untold. You know, when I say these stories, I mean similar stories to this before the Black Panthers and after the Black Panthers. These things are still happening today.
Right.
Even, for example, like Freeway Rick was not Freeway the artist. I mean the real way, the real.
Yeah,
Freeway.
the real Freeway. Mm-hmm.
You know, he tells himself that he was given drugs by Caucasian people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Caucasian people, and then
watch the movie Snowfall. Not to cut you off, bro, but if y'all don't know, go watch the movie Snowfall. The show. It ain't a movie. It's a show called Snowfall. It's based off of who he's speaking about right now. You can continue, brother.
Yeah, so even he said he was approached by FBI and CIA to push drugs into the American Negro community, which he did. They tried to take him out afterwards, though. Him and his white lawyer or somebody who's working with Freeway and documenting his story, and they tried to kill him. The white man, they kill him. So I mean, at the end of the day, these things are will. They will use they'll use people that come from your community to destroy your community, or people that's not from your community, that's not even from your background, because they look like you. They get them. They get these people and turn them on you, and you think, oh yeah, why are these things happening? Because they're our own people, or sometimes not even our own people, are up to this. They put them up to this to
I'm telling that movie I'm talking about, bro. I'm really gonna search for it and send it to you. That movie shows like exactly how this shit go. So it's like when I watch stuff like that, and I believe like yeah, that was before the whole gang shit popped off. But mind you, after the Black Panthers whole movie died and all that whole situation happened, that's when the gangs were created. It turned into the Bloods and the Crips type shit. You feel me? But it's like before that, they showing exactly how they move. So it makes me believe that, all right, cool, this the same thing they did with the gangs then. They sent somebody in. You feel me? Made them, go ahead, join the gang, all that. Do something to rowdy things up. All right, that caused the beef. Now they're against each other. Thank you. Good job. That's just my thoughts, though, man.
So let me ask you this: as being an ex-member, do you still say do you still see the damages and ramifications of the Bloods and the Crips?
Yes.
In the States right now, actively gangbanging, or not?
You know what's weird, bro? This the weird part about the whole gang culture now. You'll hear about more Crips beefing with Crips and Bloods beefing with Bloods versus Crips beefing with Bloods, how it was. Peace and love. Dots the fuck up. Shout out to my brother Bad Uno in the building, man. I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. That's love, man. I spoke about the mob today. That's crazy. I really spoke about the mob today. That's one of my brothers from New York City, man.
Pick up yourself, man.
But that's what it is now though, brother. It's more of that. Like they beefing against each other. So it ain't even like a color thing no more. They beefing with each other more than the so-called opposite. So I don't know, man. That's what's going on. And it's like I don't represent this as no gang shit anymore, because shout out to my brother Chief Pontiac Rod Hayes. That interview that I had sent you, bro. In that interview, he was saying, because I had said something about the gang shit. And I was like, I'm an ex-gang member. He like, no, don't say that, because at the end of the day, if you knew the real meaning behind the Bloods and the Crips, you'll look at it differently. You part of the Blue House. You feel me? Back then, they were tribes. They weren't gangs. You feel me? And he broke that down to us and shit. So I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense. But from what they done made it now, it's like, to make a motherfucker not even want to represent that based off of what's being presented in that. It's crazy, man. Like I done seen and heard some of fucking hearing. I done seen some crazy things. But it's always against each other. That's why I don't get it or understand. Like if it's a brotherhood, why would you do something to your brother? It's supposed to be brotherly love. Why would you do something to your brother? Like, come on, man, this shit gotta add up. Y'all gotta make what y'all presenting out here make sense. Like it sounds good when y'all speaking it. Sounds real good. But are y'all living it? If y'all put the facts behind y'all words when it comes to this shit. Y'all not doing that. But yet they have a way of making these young brothers and these young sisters want to be a part of it though. But that all comes from the fact that, like you said earlier, bro, like they're upcomings. A lot of people weren't raised with their fathers and mothers in the households and shit like that. But then it's like, bro, let's think about this, right? Now, speaking now, right? In this generation, what's going on right now? Like I was saying earlier, how a lot of these kids got their grandmothers and great grandmothers and everything in the picture. So it's like we can't even really look at it during our upcomings where it was situations where the fathers and the mothers wasn't around or wasn't together. That's the type of shit that was going on during my upcomings. Fathers wasn't even in the picture. But it's like this generation, you have that. You have the mom and the dad around. So it's like, I don't know, bro. I can't really give them that excuse. The same excuses that I could give a motherfucker that come up from our generation. You know what I'm saying? As far as not having a mom, or maybe not not having a dad within the household. You know, that was the excuse anyway at that time, because it's really an excuse. But at the end of the day, bro, I didn't have mine. You feel me? And look how I turned the fuck out. You know, I didn't have nobody around to teach me these things. I really didn't. I never had no big homies, no big bros that showed me the ropes in the streets or none of that, bro. I literally learned life by living it. That is a fucking fact. So it's like me being somebody that comes from that background and all of that with the streets, the gang shit, bro, like everything that you can think of that comes with being a so-called street nigga, I've done. Literally, I've done. From the prisons and all that, bro. I can speak on all of that type of shit, brother. You know, when it comes to waking our younger brothers and sisters up that's taking that route, oh, I can tell you. I can tell you a lot about that shit. But I ain't even get into that. During my weekend awakening, bro, I never gave my story. I never gave backgrounds or none of that type of life or none of that, bro. But I'm waiting. I really want to. I really need to. I feel like that energy needs to be put out there as well. I really do. Because I can tell you about it. You know? Other motherfuckers, they speak about it as if they know about it, but don't know about it. I could tell you about it. Not that shit that these brothers is presenting in these music videos and on their social media pages. Not these rappers, not that fake life. I could tell you about the real shit. I can tell you how it really is out there. I know how it feels to, yeah, commit those, yeah. I can tell you about it. You know?
I agree with you. I mean, I just think with some, for me personally, with some from your background and what you spoke about, you're the right person to reach out to younger children, and you know, like you said, you're doing it anyway. So, but I'm saying you can get them a more inside look and tell them about the the dangers of being in a gang or being in the street, or just being in the street and not doing anything with your life. Because, as you said, if you're in prison and you got children, because most of these gangsters or gang members have children, right? And they want to do all they're doing is trying to provide for their child, whether it's right or wrong, the lifestyle they're living. But all they're doing is trying to provide for their children, right? Being incarcerated, you cannot supervise your children or guide them in the right direction like you'd want to, because you're behind bars. And that's the issue. What I see in my surroundings, that a lot of fathers are in the prison, and we see the ramifications. What happens when a child or a daughter or a young son or a son or a daughter don't have their father in life? We see what roles that play. So at the end of the day, it's very important for us to reconnect the family. And it's not good when you got social media picking a fight between the males and the females, turning against each other. We're not supposed to be like that, but that's how the system is set up to keep us divided. They don't want to unify the indigenous man, indigenous woman, the native man, native woman from the continent to be unified. So that means, once we're unified, our house is restored. That means we have balance. We have the masculine energy, we have the feminine energy. Both children need both. They need the masculine, and need the feminine to learn the nurturing in these things. So the father's job is to guide his daughter and his son. Yes, obviously he has more of his son because he's a father, so he's able to tell him about the dangers about life and females. You're gonna have experience with females because you're a young man, or when you get older, you're gonna have experience with females. So the best person to talk to is your father. He'll give you the best advice about how to move and operate in this world, how to interact with police, the do's and the don'ts, X, Y, Z. And then for the daughters now, they need their father to guide them. If they don't have the father's love, because every young girl is a daddy's girl. Every young man is a mother's. They love their mom. That's how it is. Because we're sex. So my first
Hey,
love is my
bro,
mother.
is you able to break down why it's like that? I always thought and questioned that, right? The boys always attract to their moms more than they dads, and then it's the same opposite with the girls. Like I always wonder, like why it was like that, you know?
I can try to tackle it. I just think it's just, it's natural for a young man, to look for his first love would be his mother, in a sense of he learned everything from his mother, what woman should be. What I mean by that is, the teachings of how to love a woman. You learn that from your mother. Your mother is very caring. It's not like your father. Your father is very strict. My dad was strict. I can actually spin my mother around her finger, have my mother around my finger because she's a woman. Same thing like the daughters, they had to have their father around their hand, around their finger, but the mother they can't do that because the mother knows. I was a girl as well, so I know the games they're gonna try to play with her father, but you can't play that with me because I'm a woman, and vice versa. So I mean, it's just something that is in us, in our nature as natural beings to cling to the opposite sex as a child, because that's who you learn. I don't know why it is. I can't explain it, but it's just something that would just
Oh
program
no,
us.
it makes sense, bro. From what you're saying, it definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
But regarding the females, they need their father. They need their father's love to show them how a man's supposed to treat them. How a man's supposed to treat you with respect and love and caring and these things. You got men out there and the father's there in the daughter's life. So yeah, this guy is not good for you because I can see straight through him. He can tell you bullshit, but you can't tell the bullshit for a man, because a man can say, yeah, I was a young boy once. I know what you're all up to. For some men, they know exactly that you can read men, innit? Like men, you can read men that you're no good for my daughter because you're a player. You have loads of girls. You're not willing to take my daughter serious and have a serious relationship with her and have children and get married in these things. You're just having fun in these things. So these are the things why our daughters are in certain issues with men, because they don't have their fathers in their life to show them what a real man is, and this, that, and the third. Don't judge a man by his wallet. You judge a man by his character, his principles, his morals, and these type of things. All these how can I say this? All these qualities you're supposed to be looking for in your husband as a young girl, or a man that's you're going to take serious to be a mate. And if father's not there to install that into his daughter, we see what happens when she don't have daddy's love. She's looking outside for any little man that shows a little, what's the word? What's the word now? Affection. They say, "Oh, this guy really, no, he doesn't really love. You're trying to get in your panties in these type of things, But these teachings have to come from the household. It cannot come from outside the household. So that's where we're failing on. But as you said today, the generations kind of change. It's not like when we was growing up. A lot of people never had fathers in their life. A few did. So we looked at those one that few did. Oh, you're special because I always wanted that. Not me, but I had people say that to me, like local. You're very fortunate. I didn't understand what they meant at the time, because as a child, just me being as a child, I didn't know anything about single parents. I thought everybody was like me. Everybody lived their mother and father. It's not only when I understood certain things and asked my parents, "Oh, why do people keep saying I'm lucky? I'm lucky?" And I didn't understand. I thought everybody had the same reality as me. I didn't realize that till I got older. That no, not everybody has a mother and father in their household. So that's why they're saying to you, "You're very special," because some young men and young girls and young daughters never get to see their father come home from work and their mother cooking them a dinner, for the family and these things. That's why people say I'm lucky, but at the end of the day, these are the things that we're supposed to be seeing in our households as Americans. The dynamic between male and female. Even though we may be arguing, because sometimes we may get at each other's heads and we don't agree. I'm a masculine energy, got feminine energy. Sometimes we may clash, but it's about how do we resolve that. Yeah, we may argue, physically or verbally, right? But we're able to resolve that and move forward and say, yes, this is for the family, make it work. No, some people ain't never seen that. They just see, I never seen a committed relationship in my household where I see a mother and father in a committed relationship. So they give up on that because, you know, that from their experience, from my observation, what I'm seeing is a lot of females that I came in contact with regarding like having family and these things, just question them, like even before sex and these things, but because of their outlook on life, because they may haven't seen their father in their household or see different men in their household, they get accustomed to that lifestyle where, you know, because I don't have my father in my life, I don't really care if I end up being a statistic. I was like, raw. That's a bit mad. Like, you don't want to be in a family, you don't want to have a family, you don't want to do this, you rather be the so-called stereotype. Like, yeah, that just baffled me. I was like, boy, these females that have been cutted so far are not for me, because, you know, my outlook on life and their outlook on life are too different. Even I tried to like install certain things in them as dating and these things, like, yeah, do this long term, where they don't understand. They didn't understand where I was coming from. Like, well, you know, my reality is not your reality, innit? So therefore, you're not gonna understand where I'm coming from, because your walk of life and my walk of life is different. And that's where it is. That's where it is. You can't see your phone, bro. I'm here.
I'm
here,
getting
bro.
another call, man.
Hotline bling.
You can hear me? But y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you,
You
bro.
see, I'll be getting them back to back. Oh, man. But yeah, bro, I mean, shit, I was about to close out anyway. I did throw an extra hour on there because I was definitely, you know, feeling the energy that was being thrown around. Usually I only do an hour, you feel me, each show. You feel me? But I had to put another hour on this. You know, I had to put another hour on this. But we about to close out. We got anyway, so if you want to give some shout outs, bro, let them know where they can follow you. Because one of my bros did post in the comments and said, asked that you have a social media because people want to follow you and tap in or whatever the case may be. But this your home now, you know. I'm just letting you know that right now, this is home to you. And I tell everybody who I bring up on my platform that, you know, this is now your home. So whenever you feel like you want to get some energy off, or you have something that you want to speak on, any topic, any messages you want to throw out there into the universe, and you need a platform to do it on, you're more than welcome anytime, my brother. I appreciate the energy. I love you. And, you know, I wish you all the best on anything that you're trying to present out here into this universe, brother. You know, you always got me as a brother. You hear me? To rock out whatever level you want to go with this shit. I'm 10 toes.
First and foremost, love and respect, and pick up yourself for having me. I know we only chat briefly, like a couple of times on social media, on IG and these things, and the back chat and these things. And, you know, like you said, you know, you come across me, you thought I was a genuine person. The same thing, I started speaking to you, I like, this guy's a genuine person. And this is one of the reasons why I talk to people and just pick their brain and see where their mind's at, you know. And, you know, you did the same thing to me. Maybe you didn't realize, or maybe I didn't realize, you picking my brain, see where our mind is at when we was talking on IG and having a back chat conversation, these things, you understood where I was coming from. But yeah, as I was saying, so, you know, pick up yourself, Chief, and pick up Aquarius Goddess, pick up yourself. So people can find me at the Kona Empire on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel, right? So you can find me on that. And you can also find me on IG. That's Lacona Empire 102. And, you know, I've got products out there such as books. So I've got a children's book out there on Amazon, which is called Alternate Unique Journey with Ancestors. You know, the children's books in different languages such as 6. Teaches the children basically about the heritage of the West Indies or the Americas, but it goes into Americas, you know, further down the line. So it's a 3-part books, a trilogy. So the first book was in 2020. It's on Amazon. It's paperback available. It's Kindle available as well. The languages are in English, Spanish, Dutch, French, Portuguese. So all the languages you speak across the America. So I try to make it universal, make it a universal message. Plus, there is, you know, I have clothing that I've done that is on Inca Apparel Inca Apparel. If you can't remember that, just message me on IG or YouTube or in the comment section. I'll give you the link to that. So, I mean, those are the platforms you can reach me on. IG. So, once again, that's Laconia Empire 102 on IG, Instagram. If you're going on YouTube, it's Laconia Empire, right? Got a platform there. You can see all the lives I've done, like past 6 years with other members I was saying before, with Chief in the beginning. There's Americans from all across around America dropping their information. Saying like what you're doing, I'm doing the same thing. I haven't done it in a long while, but I kind of stopped. I worked on the children's book and doing other things elsewhere. I took a break. But those are the things you can find me on. So, you know, I'm doing my part to bring about change in the best way I can. You know, and that's where it is for me, working with the children or giving them something back or giving our people back something they could look up to and respect, that somebody's done the footwork or done the work which I wanted to see. For example, I was complaining about books, the representation or literature for our people to read about themselves from an Indigenous standing point or Indigenous perspective, and that's what I wanted to highlight and bring to the table to give back to our people. Yeah, I did many ways of doing, you know, the information online on YouTube like Chief is doing right now. But I thought, let me put that in a book. It'd be more beneficial than a book than a fucking YouTube live stream for the young children. No, for the YouTube, that my platform is for adults. You know, it's for adults. So you may hear cursing and these things. So, you know, I'll deal with the adult material. There's other people in my team that deal with the children material, so they make it children friendly. So we try to tackle it in different angles to get the same message. We're all spreading the same message, but different ways, you know, how to tackle it. And these, you know, pick up yourself, Chief. You know, like I said, respect is there for you 100%, and you know, giving me this opportunity to speak on this platform is you know, it's appreciative. And even if you want to come over to mine, look on the Empire, I will reach out to you when I do be going back live. Now I don't know when, you know. I mean, just to hear people could hear other people from the America shed their stories and shed their heritage. That's one of the reasons why I had my platform. Plus, I want to speak about West Indian heritage because nobody covers the West Indies. I know in where you are now, people talk about the states, the indigenous people of the states, and these things, which this is fine, you know. But you know, there's a bigger picture out there apart from the states.
It is. That's why I be trying to connect with, you know, brothers like yourself, bro, that can give me some insight of what's going on your end, so we can all make it make sense together. You feel me? It's not just about us, bro. Like, I speak this all the time. I don't even go by color when it, you know, when we speak about our people. You know, I feel like my people is those who come with love. Some people may feel differently. You know, that's just me, bro. That's my heart. You feel me? Anybody that come with genuine love, you are my people. You feel me? So it's like, I don't really be tripping about none of that. I want to hear everybody's perspective of this life we choose to live, especially when there's information in it. The information never ends. The information doesn't end. You hear me? So it's always something that he's going to know that we don't know. And it might be some things that we don't know that he don't. We know that he don't know. You know, we bouncing information around. We learn it from each other's, you know, upcomers or whatever the case may be, you know. So it's good that we do things like this. That's why I created this platform, brother. Like I said, it's not just about me, bro. There's no I in team. You hear me? Like, I'm here to build with the like-minded brothers and sisters for real. I'm not just talking it, I'm walking it. You know what I'm saying? These other brothers or these other sisters who have their platforms, and no disrespect to them, they don't do the things that I do. You feel me? They're not giving their brothers and sisters a voice as well. You know, they want to be head honcho of everything. They want motherfuckers to just listen to them, listen to their truth, and follow by whatever they're presenting out this bitch. You feel me? That's not how I'm moving. I'm here for the people for real. You know? So I appreciate you, my brother, for coming up here and extending your thoughts to the universe. You hear me? On many levels. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Like I said, this will not be the last time. This is now your home. You're more than welcome to pull up whenever you feel like giving some energy off. So,
love and respect. No? It's just the beginning, bro. It's just the beginning of many great things to come. So, I mean, people can expect many great things from yourself and myself and many others putting out the work to enlighten our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is what we do this for. We're not doing this for us. We're doing this for our people because we see the bigger picture. Bigger picture is not about me and mine. Yeah, you know, self-preservation is rule number one, right? So that's rule number one. But after rule number one, still got to look about your people. You know, but me, if I'm good and my people are struggling, I ain't achieved nothing. That's how I look at it. You know, if I'm rich and my family members are broke, I'm out my own bloodline. What the fuck is that?
Hey, bro, that's crazy that you even said that. See, man, see, I will keep going on, bro. We can keep going on. Like, we can keep bouncing this shit around all night, bro. But it's crazy that you said that, right? Because, like I said, I haven't even gave my story yet, brother. And when I do, bro, it's going to hit different. Motherfuckers going to get a clear understanding of who I am completely. Like, why I bring it the way I do, the passionate behind my words, all of that. Going to be completely understood, you know. But damn, I forgot where I was about to go with it, man. I ain't even gonna lie, I forgot where I was going with it just that fast, bro.
You were talking about family and these things. That I said family and these things. You said, "Oh yeah, bring it to your point."
You said the families.
Yeah. So how can you be? Basically, I said, how can you be rich but your family is broke? You're not helping.
Oh, okay, all right, got you. Thank you, appreciate my brother. So when I made it to the situation that I'm in right now, right, it's like most people would have been, you know, pushing whatever, showing what was going on. Oh, I came out of that situation. Now I'm in this situation. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm peaceful. All of that, bro. I've done none of that. You know why? And it's crazy because I said this to one of my bros when I finally spoke to him, and he was like, damn, you at your own shit now. Boom, damn, I'm happy for you. I'm proud. Why you ain't never? Because, bro, I feel like just because I've made it to some sort of level, should I say, that's outside of that, I'm more comfortable, I'm more at peace, and all of that, my peoples are still in that. So I'm not happy until everyone's happy. I'm sorry. That's how I fucking feel. I'm never going to feel that happy until I know everyone is happy. Everyone's receiving this love. Everyone is at peace. All my peoples. That's when I'm going to feel that feeling. You know? So there's levels to this shit, bro. Motherfuckers out here claiming to be whatever, but they ain't speaking like that. No. You know?
That's true.
But I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna tap out because we're gonna go all night, and I do gotta, you know, hop on that ship tomorrow. You know, I call the job the slave ships and shit, bro. I don't have no problems presenting that out here because that's what the fuck it is, you know. But no, I'm gonna just close out because I'll keep going. I will keep going and speaking on certain shit about reasons behind it and all that, bro. But I'm gonna close out, man. I appreciate my brother for pulling up. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. We had a couple of, you know, people, you know, really tapping in tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Usually it really don't be that lit. You know what I'm saying? We might have a few people pull up, might speak, leave, whatever the case may be. But, you know, it was a lot of people that pulled up and showed love tonight, man. Whether it was my brother that was presenting the show, whoever, I don't care. I appreciate and I love every last one of y'all. This was I Can't Make This Shit Up radio podcast with myself, Big Chief, GeeDaStarFlower, Melanated God of Love, my goddess, Aquarius goddess, and my brother, Loco, was in the motherfucking building, man. Y'all know how we coming, man. Love, peace, loyalty, and respect to all. Love those who love you. Respect all except the love that is given. You hear me? Big MRMWRW Mafia. Y'all know the vibes, tribe. We out.
Peace.